Hello all you beautiful people out there, what is going on? This is your friend Brady coming at you fast for another Paragon tips and tricks videos, and today we are going to be talking about Shadow Wards. Hallelujah freaking Luya, I'm finally making this goddamn video. We need wards. There's a reason that ping exists. It's because wards win games. Alright, we need wards equals wards win games, guys. And there are plenty of Shadow Wards, just like Lord's Ward, which is actually given to you at the beginning of the game, no matter who you are. You don't have to get it out of a card pack. And then there's also other wards that you can get out of card packs, such as Brawler's Ward or Guardian's Ward, which I was scrolling for, but I just never found it because I still don't have the goddamn thing. Where the fuck is it? Don't have it. But different wards could be used for different playstyles and different characters, and you guys can check out my deck build specifically to see which wards work best with which heroes. But Shadow Wards have 2 charges, and they are invisible. They cannot be seen unless someone steps into a shadow pool and looks in that direction, and then a second teammate goes and destroys that ward while the first one is still looking at it. Or unless that shadow ward is revealed by another shadow ward. Okay, regular scouts wards do not reveal shadow wards. You need shadow wards. Okay, and they also give you bonuses like Lord's Ward gives you health, gives you mana, gives you cooldown. Brawler's Ward gives you more damage, gives you mana. They are useful, okay? They don't waste spots, and they are incredibly important because they give you what's called vision. They let you see more of the map than normally, and this helps you make judgment and prevents, getting ganked. It prevents you from being flanked. It prevents you from being putting yourself in stupid positions, okay? And I don't need to make a 15-minute video explaining to you guys why wards are important, because you guys can just understand for a fact that having like literal radar on the map, seeing where enemies are, is just fantastic. And this guide is going to go over some placement spots, just general tips on where to place them, why to place them there, and stuff like that, and how they can save your life with a couple of examples. So right here, we end up killing a couple of them, and their jungle is ours for the taking. We're kind of stealing it. That's why I place some shadow wards around. Okay, I placed a shadow ward in that shadow pool right here, because usually, when you place it in a shadow pool, people don't see it if they're standing in the shadow pool themselves. They don't see the shadow ward itself. And you can place them in pools like where I'm showing you guys with the camera right now. Now, the thing is, you don't want to put them in the pools that are close to the lanes, typically, because you want to put Shadow Wards a little bit deeper into the jungle so you can catch the enemy on rotation and see them before they're already in your lane. Okay, you need to see them ahead of time. You need to see them across the map so you can make your move. You have enough time to get out of the way and to back up. You also want to ward red buff, blue buff, black buff like I showed right there, especially. Black buff is super important. And you also want to ward prime. Here are some aggressive offensive warding spots that you guys can use by planting it in this little crevice next to red, by planting it in little spots in between where people don't really necessarily tend to look. You need to plant defensive wards to make sure that the enemy doesn't steal your jungle, and you need to plant offensive wards to make sure to note where the enemy is in their jungle to see if they're rotating over to gank you and or kill the hell out of you. Okay, now this Iggy is over here in this left lane all by himself, and he's gonna get a notification on the map, a little ping noise, and a little indicator on the map that Faye on the blue team is coming over to try and kill him, and he's gonna move back in time. You guys can also place wards on the side harvesters because sometimes people like to hide out there as well. And like I said earlier, make sure you're warding prime. So here comes the enemy Faye. She's triggering some wards right now. She's triggering some orange wards. We are on the orange team, and Iggy backs up. He sees that, and now he's not gonna get ganked. Normally, if he didn't have that vision and he was unaware, that would have quickly turned into a 1v3, and he most likely would have died. So that is just one easy example as to why wards are so important for not only you but also your allies, and they definitely do win games, because when you see that, hey, somebody's stealing your jungle but I have a ward there, let's collapse on him, and 3 of your teammates are all near each other, either in the jungle or in the lane, and you get the drop on the enemy and you get an easy kill and your jungle is safe, and all that enemy is doing for your team is literally just feeding you and helping you win the game. That's why wards are so important. You see when enemies are doing orb prime, so you can jump on them while they're weak. You see when they're at black buff, so you can jump on them when they're weak. And also, they help with the timers. In case you missed when you got the buff, you can place a ward to see when the buff respawns and what you can do from there, especially black buff. Black buff control is one of the top things that diamond players do really well that sets them apart from everyone else. So hopefully this guide was helpful. If it was, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have any more questions, let me know. And as always, make sure you all have a wonderful day.